Trust to believe me when I tell you guys I have so many fucking good videos coming up today, man. So I don't know when I'm gonna drop this one, so eventually this is something that people are interested in. We talked about Gervonta Tank Davis hitting that Eddie Hearn gave him an offer, and Eddie Hearn confirmed that today with Seconds Out Boxing. I linked that interview in the description so you know this trill. That's what I'm known for letting you know where my sources come from, so you know that they are organic and real. And it's the Boxing Clinic and more. If you don't know what it is, man, it's your boy CJ Goodfella narrating. You know what it is, one time for the one time. If you ain't subscribed, man, go ahead and subscribe. It's definitely a treat. And share the videos, man. Eddie Hearn said that, he ain't trying to cut Mayweather out the deal. Mayweather Promotions. He said it wasn't positive when they first inquired about trying to pay Gervonta Davis. He thinks double of what he's making already. He said Tank thinks it's positive, you know what I'm saying, because obviously it's doubling up his money. But they just want to have Gervonta Tank Davis fight on his own. And now Eddie Hearn is probably at the second or third phase of trying to find a big star to sign to fight on his own. So now he's trying to work with promoters to get their fighters to fight on his own. And Mayweather Promotions, Floyd Mayweather and Leonard Ellaby got a strong bond with Steven Espinoza. Has a really, really strong bond with Steven Espinoza. So I ain't going to let Tank go over there, like that, man. Steven Espinoza has been good to Al Heyman, Floyd Mayweather. So it's going to take one hell of a deal, which would be Mayweather Promotions and Floyd Mayweather really prospering out this deal for them to send Tank over to the zone. So they got to get compensated. It ain't about Tank. They got to get compensated for Tank to go over there. So it's a two-step thing. They got to compensate Floyd Mayweather, and then they got to continue to compensate Gervonta Tank Davis. So it's going to cost a pretty penny for Eddie Hearn to do that. So he said that the first talks wasn't positive, but they continue to talk and try to work out a deal to get Gervonta on the zone. I don't know how many fights. And, for me, in my opinion, phase 3 for Eddie Hearn is going to be, phase 3 for Eddie Hearn, is going to be now being a common ground for fight-by-fight basis. It's going to be like a promotional free agent type of thing what Al Heyman does, but as a platform. So he's going to be like, Danny Garcia wants to fight, let's say Terrence Crawford, even though we know that probably won't happen because Danny ain't interested. But, the two sides can't reach an agreement. So instead of fighting on ESPN Showtime, they just use, the zone as a common ground. He going to have to get a fight-by-fight basis thing going on. He going to have to win some purse bids to get some fights on the zone. So he not going to really sign any top fighters. I mean, you never know the Charlos go over there, Mikey. He talking to Mikey. He's talking to Gervonta Tank Davis and his handlers right now with his promoter. So he's working. Somebody's big is going to sign with him. That's too much money not to want to sign over there with Eddie Hearn, man. You earn what they say, earn with Hearn. So somebody eventually going to sign it. And Tank ain't a business guy right now. He probably learned the business at one point from Floyd. He probably has learned the business from Broner right now because Broner's a solid businessman as well. You know what I'm saying? So he probably learned the game from them. But all he sees is dollar signs right now. He don't give a fuck about a contract. If that money right, he throwing them hands. So, if Tank was a promotional free agent, Eddie Hearn would have been had him. Only person that seemed like they could reach Tank is Calvin Ford and probably Al Heyman. And Adrian Broner. But yeah, he said he made a deal. Mayweather Promotions, they wasn't positive about it, but they continue to try to work something out to get Tank to fight on the zone. It is what it is. Somebody gonna take that money. Somebody big. It might only be one, maybe two at the most, but somebody gonna take that big money and earn with Hearn, man. And if Tank was a promotional free agent just walking down the street, he'd be dumb enough to slip into that deal and just take the money. But Eddie also talked about him having control over what color the canvas is, the commentary crew, the camera angles, and everything else. He trying to do a show in L.A., New York, I think, and then in Vegas, a big show. So, he know what he doing. He's a smart individual. And now, like I told you, he at phase 2. He trying to work with promoters now to get some of these fighters, but he should have never came through disrespecting people in America and stepping on these guys' toes, man. He should have came over here with respect, and it would have worked out better for him. So he gonna end up going to phase 3 at some point, probably before they announce the big zone, the real DAZN deal, and announce the fighters they got signed at the end of June, the first week of July, like he said. And it's probably gonna be we're in purse bids and written fighters from promoters and stuff of that nature. When promoters run out of show dates, and he can put them on the zone, but that may not happen with the ESPN Plus app, you know what I'm saying? And HBO out here dying. you know, they might just start back working with Al and Top Rank if they really is trying to look to do that. So that's a little, you know, tidbit right there for y'all for the real quick. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and the PayPal link as well. All those links in the description, the usernames in the description. Show your boy some love on all them platforms. Share the video. Subscribe if you have it. Hit the bell icon so you know we upload and go live. It's TBC and more. Y'all know what it is. We gone.